Good day everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be explaining the system that I use. It's a system that I got a download in 2023 which I developed, and I'm at the point now where I think I can explain it enough and share it with the public. This is numerology combined with Chinese astrology. So I'm going to start by using my date of birth, which is 2nd of November 1979. So I add those numbers together to get what most of us know as our life path, right? So that would be 30. Now that 30 when reduced, it's a 3. That 3 would be governing the entire 9-year cycles up until this year, 1988. So every other personal year would be under the influence of the 3 energy, right? So there would be a sub-cycle of this 3 energy. So if we look here at 1979, then we came here at 1980. You'll see it, the 30 has now been reduced to 22. Why? Because every number that ends in a 0, it's a reset number. So it basically resets that individual. And the energy itself changes a bit. It's still the 4 energy, but now, because it's now reduced to a 22, it should be a master number. It can be interpreted differently. It's a double 2. And we also have to look at the year in terms of Chinese astrology, how that is going to affect or impact that individual. So the first 9 years, as I said, is governed by the 3. Then come here in 1989, where I am now reset on a 4. But we have to look at the first double number in terms of age, which would be age 11, that person's life, and also see what sign it falls on. So 1990, which is the year of the horse. So right away, if we look at, go back up here, the first 3 digits we look at, if you see there's a small 9 here, so 3, we had count 3, 6, 9, then you would see 5 here, then 3, 6, 9, 8, and that continues right through. So that 5, 8, 2, it's event markers for me, and it's also a favorable period in my life. So looking at 1990, which is a horse here, right? So right away we had see that a horse here would always fall on a 1, 4, or 7 universal year. So you have to see how that is going to impact an individual. So it falls on a 1, 4, 7 universal year, and for me it would always be a 5, 8, 2 personal year. But when I enter into this period here in 1990, this cycle is a very powerful cycle for any individual, right? Because this cycle now works in conjunction with here, which is a 4, but it's a major player, not like the other personal years, because at age 11, which is a double number, this energy and the sign that it falls on plays a major role in an individual's life. So for instance, here, which is a 5, this 4 and 5 would tell me that if I were to decode from my life, because I would have experienced it, so I would have known this would have been a period of effort and movements. Lots of moving. That 5 energy is not an energy of gains really. It's a energy of more experiences. That 3 and 5 energy is more like a childlike type of energy. It's movement, creativity. That 5 can also bring restlessness, but it can also bring adventure, travel as well. So this period represents a period of a lot of movements for me, right? So I would have been under this influence of this 5 for 12 years until I entered here in a 8 life cycle or 8 personal year, but this cycle is going to run again for the next 12 years. So from 2002, though I would have been reset here on a 5 in 1999, this 8 energy would have been very present. You know, it influences that person now to achieve materially, career. You want to work towards gains. So that would have been present for the next 12 years. And it would have been working simultaneously with this 5 energy up until I reset here. And that reset period, it happens every 10 years. So from here to here it's 10, and now I'm reset in 2009, which would have been my enemy year, which would have been a very challenging period for me. So here would have represents movements, and here would have represent gains. Here was restlessness, here was a sense of stability. And if you look here, you would see like I have like a little 0 and 11 enclosed in it. What happens is that these years here in a person's life, 0 and 1, which I consider is like the code of the simulation, in binary code, it's always there, always present. So age 11, 17, 19, 23, or in the year of that birthday, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, and well onwards up until a person exits. Once you continue using the system, you'll see it's a major reset point. Why I said that? If you take your calculator and you put in your birth year and you keep plusing 2, or let's say 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever number up until 9, it will never take you to the current year that you're in at those points. So at 1980, if I would have take my calculator and just 1990, sorry, if I would have taken my calculator and just from 1979, just plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, or plus 3, and so on, I would never arrive here at 1990 because those numbers aren't supported. And what happens is that when you don't see any number that is supported, only 0 and 1, it means it triggers a reset point in that individual's life, and that energy would impact. But when you get to that point, right, where 0 and 1 is supported, it activates the year before and the year after as well. So which means it's the event doesn't necessarily have to fall on the year of that activation. It can happen before or it can happen after, but it does trigger a major event period. So I'm going to stop here for today, and we're going to continue this at another time.